I'm just wondering what you're doing.
I've just explained to one of the civic enforcement officers I'm filming.
What are you filming?
Anything I can see from public.
Right, and is there a reason behind that?
It's for a story.
Right, okay. Can I take your details, please?
What would you like my details for?
Because obviously in the interests of public safety and everything like that, when somebody is out filming and having a look around public buildings,
right,
we have a duty of care,
right,
to check you out.
What, a duty of care to whom?
To the general public.
I'm part of the general public?
Yes.
I don't have to give you my details then?
Right, I can just get other people.
Well, other people, I'm still not obliged to give you my details.
I'm asking because at the moment, I don't know whether you are committing any criminal offences in this area.
I'm certainly not.
This gentleman is out filming and is pointing up, looking at all the cameras, and obviously in light of...
Identify the cameras up there?
In light of...
I'm not filming that. I'm filming up there. I was filming up there when this lady approached.
The officer immediately starts questioning him, even after he clearly explains why he is recording. Instead of accepting that lawful filming doesn't require permission, she acts as though his reason must meet her approval. She then asks for his personal details despite admitting she doesn't know of any offense, without a clear issue to investigate. The request appears to be based more on uncertainty than actual grounds.
What's the issue?
There isn't an issue.
I'm just wondering why he's filming public buildings.
Yeah, why?
I'm perfectly entitled to film anything I can. Hang on, wait a minute. I'm perfectly entitled to film anything I can see from a public place, including council buildings that are owned by the public.
Okay, we have concerns about public safety.
And your concerns are?
We don't know who you are.
That's
and what
not a concern.
Links it is.
It isn't.
In the day and age that we are in.
Are you accusing me of being a terrorist?
I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But
do you have reasonable suspicion to believe that I'm up to anything other than?
I don't know what you're up to.
Go on to Google filming in public. It'll and even legislation.
Tell me what I need to do.
Right. Well, don't tell me that I need to give my details when I know that I don't.
I'd like you to move away from this area, please. Otherwise,
you need a section 60. You need to remove somebody from an area without probable cause. You'll need a section 60.
Well, I'm concerned for public safety and what you are doing in this area.
Well, I've told you what I'm doing in this area.
Well, you need to move away.
When a second officer arrives, the situation doesn't calm down. It becomes more fixed on who he is rather than what he is doing. The fact that someone is filming a public building is treated as unusual simply because it falls outside their expectations. Much of the discussion centers on his identity, even though not recognizing someone is not, by itself, a reason to demand information. General security concerns are also mentioned without linking them to anything specific.
To the other side of the road, if that's all right.
You've obviously got nothing else better to do with your time, have you?
Well, that's not your concern. What I do with my time is nobody's concern but mine.
Fair enough.
Okay. Can I ask you to identify yourself? You haven't got any numbers on your epaulets?
1000.
1000. And name?
Sarah Bainbridge.
And yours?
2629. You're also on Bodycam.
Yeah, that's fine. And you're based here?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, I'm based out of Darlington.
Right, okay, excellent. Hello there.
Oh, yeah, you're all
right.
Hello.
This gentleman is filming. He's now refusing to give any details, and
I'm not obliged to.
I can't understand why he's out filming buildings, council buildings, refusing to give any details in light of the incidents that we're having around the area.
And those incidents, whatever they may be, no concern of mine, nothing to do with me.
But I don't know who you are, and I can't check you out.
Well, you don't need to.
Yes, I do, because I have a duty of care to
I'll tell you what it is, mate. It's anti-terrorism.
There's no terrorist threat at the moment.
But I don't know who you are.
What do you mean there's no terrorist threat? At the moment, we're still on high.
The conversation starts moving away from genuine concerns and becomes more personal in tone. References to unrelated incidents nearby are used to justify extra attention, even though there is no direct connection to his actions. Simply being in an area where something happened doesn't place responsibility or suspicion on someone. Eventually, broader security concerns are introduced, making the situation seem more serious despite no new facts being presented.
No terrorist threat at the moment, and nor has there been over the past 5 years, towards any public buildings.
That's a lie, because there was one yesterday, actually.
Was there? Well, I wasn't aware of that.
Well,
where was that?
There you go.
So where was that?
We don't know.
So here?
Yes, it was actually.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one to the council offices as well.
Right. That's nothing to do with me.
That's
no
why
concern of
you've
mine.
been
How do we know
Well,
that?
Well,
It's just
were
why
they
I'm asking for your
were they
details.
stood outside with a mobile phone?
Look, we're not getting into this.
Well-
I am now asking you to leave the area because I feel that you,
On what grounds?
because you are alarming the public.
No. Which section of the law? You give me the section of the law, I'll quite happily move.
You just need.
Beg your pardon? I'm just a...
I never said one word.
You liar.
We're filming you as well.
That's fine. It's public.
Just stand
It's
here
perfectly
until you
okay.
move out of the
It's
way.
okay, perfectly okay to film in public, which is what I was explaining to your colleague.
You gave me your details, and I could
Right. So
be happy that there is nothing
my details.
untoward.
My details won't give you any other information.
I would like to check you out
Well-
so that I am happy that I can leave you unattended on the side
You
of
can.
the road.
When Forced Awakenings asks a simple question about the earlier incident, the officers avoid giving a direct answer. Instead, the focus quickly shifts to claims that members of the public may feel uncomfortable. The request for his details appears tied more to personal reassurance than any clear objective requirement. Decisions should be based on facts, not on whether someone feels more comfortable after collecting information.
You've got no actual reason other than curiosity as to why I'm filming to be stood here
I want
asking.
to know who you are
Well,
to
I
make
don't-
sure.
I don't have to identify myself, and you're well aware of that. I know the law just as much
Very
as you.
shortly, I will to prevent a breach of the peace.
You can't prevent a breach of the
I
peace
can prevent
if
a breach.
none was going to take place. I'm not breaching anybody's peace.
I have colleagues and members of the council staff who are very concerned about why you were out here filming in light of the incidents
I'm
yesterday.
filming a story. I'm not filming in light of those incidents.
Well,
Those incidents
until
weren't
I
even
can-
known to me until
I
you made
can
them aware.
Prove or negate either way. All I want is your details to make sure that no members of the public are a threat
They're
by
not.
you. Well,
My details wouldn't give you any more information about that.
people tell me every day
Well,
how good they are.
I'm
and that
not
they
saying
are
I'm
no
not saying.
threat.
Hang on, I'm not saying I'm good. What I'm saying, I'm not denying either way.
Everybody says every time, all the time, with interactions with the police. It wasn't me. I'm no threat.
That's because your interaction, instead of accepting what I'm doing is perfectly legal.
The discussion then moves to preventing disorder, despite there being no sign of conflict or disruption. Concerns raised by staff members are treated as if they automatically justify intervention, but concern alone does not prove a problem exists. Lawful filming remains lawful even if others dislike it. Rather than examining the facts in front of them, assumptions begin to take the place of evidence.
Is to cite laws that don't exist. Say that
Cited a law that doesn't
you
exist.
told me that you were going to move me. You can't move me without that section, without the powers under a section.
I have reasonable grounds to believe you.
If you're asking me to move,
Yes.
right, and you can state me a section of the law, I'll move quite happily. That's a perfectly reasonable request.
It's fine because we've got supervision
do you
coming in.
understand what the current levels of threat at the moment?
Right, if there has
You know
been,
what evident means, I'm sure you do. You seem like an intelligent
if there
person.
has been a threat yesterday of some sort, then yes, I can understand.
Right. So now you
But
understand.
I wasn't aware of that until you told me.
Right.
And
So now that's why we need your details.
well, you don't need my details.
Yes, we do.
So do you have the details? Whoever it was who you spoke to yesterday?
You know what's going to happen, right? I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. You're going to end up getting arrested.
For what?
Right? Listen,
For
we're
what?
speaking to a supervision at the moment, okay? Based on the current threat levels and the incident that happened
now we'll
yesterday,
get an
that
order out.
ended up getting seized, okay, under the terrorism law.
The officer repeatedly claims there are valid grounds for her actions, yet no specific legal authority is clearly explained. When asked to identify the exact power being used, there is no immediate answer. Shortly afterward, the conversation shifts toward warnings about stronger enforcement measures. The change in tone seems driven more by frustration than by any new information that would justify escalating the situation.
Okay?
Your body cameras will also be made public knowledge to me, and I'll use them.
That's fine. I want to know.
I just
we wanna
can't
know
see
who
why
you
you're
are.
being
Well,
so obstructive.
I'm not being obstructive at all.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
not
are.
obliged. No, there's no obstruction because I'm not obliged by law to give you
Well, that's fine,
unless
you
you
can fight that in court then.
unless you
Yeah.
reasonably assume that I don't need to because it wouldn't go to court.
Well, you're being
You'd be looking at a lawsuit.
You're being obstructive. I don't care.
I'm not being obstructive at all.
Okay.
Refusing to give my details when being asked is not an
Listen,
obstruction.
you've asked for our details, okay?
Because I'm, as a member of the public, and you being civil servant, you are legally obliged to give me those details upon request.
You've obviously got nothing else better to do.
Well, but that's my concern, not yours.
Yeah.
If I was stood on the other side of the road without a camera, you wouldn't have approached me. It's purely because I'm filming. Filming is a perfectly legal activity.
Because we don't know why you are filming.
But I've told you why I'm filming, for a story.
A story for what?
For YouTube, for my blog.
Right, so who are you?
I don't have to identify myself. And you're well aware of the law regarding identification, stop and search powers and procedures.
Telling someone to challenge the matter later through official channels does not strengthen the original position. Forced Awakenings points out that if the initial stop lacks proper grounds, the issue begins there. The officer's dismissive response gives the impression that personal pride is starting to influence the interaction. The attempt to compare his request for officer details with a demand for his own information also overlooks the different responsibilities involved.
Fine. At the moment, my colleagues are on to senior officers so that we can have a power of stop and search to get your details.
Good luck with that. You're detaining me.
I'm not detaining you.
Oh, so you just said to me I'm not going anywhere at the minute.
Listen, where do you intend to go next? Because I'm just going to follow you, right?
That's no concern of yours.
Right, well listen, I'm just going to follow you because we need to speak to you about what you're doing.
You can follow me wherever you like,
fine,
but don't tell me that I'm not going anywhere because that's a threat of detainment unlawfully.
Right, listen.
Okay.
Would you like to come back round to the police station
I don't
where
need
we
to.
speak to you?
No, I don't need to.
You don't need to. Right, where are you going now?
I'm not telling you.
I'm going to follow you then, okay?
You follow me.
Okay.
This is harassment. Yeah, so anyway, I went in to see him and basically he fobbed me off back to his offices most of the way. He did say that they would be doing some training over sort of data protection and dealing with photographers. Whether they did or not, I don't know. I didn't take it any further. I wasn't after them for money. It's not why I do this. It's just to show them as the bullies that they were, and hopefully they'll learn the lesson.
What stands out most is how long the effort continues after clear authority is still not established. Rather than reassessing the situation, additional conversations take place in search of support for the original demand. Even after he leaves, an officer continues following and questioning him without clearly explaining why. The later complaint outcome reportedly led to further guidance on handling personal information, suggesting that concerns about the interaction were taken seriously and reviewed behind scenes.